This is the American Rev Zechariah A Jackson from the church of what's happening now. You know, so many things happen, and that's not where I got the name from, the church of what's happening now. It's just that we try to keep the community, or the communities today, abreast of what's going on. We try to enlighten those, or give those media coverage that, well, where the traditional media, let's just say, might not have the time for you. But the church of what's happening now, we try to give coverage to those, to the voiceless, and to those that maybe their story wouldn't be on the 6 o'clock news, but their story is relevant in their own world. You know, when you look at a state is made up of many communities, whether we call them municipalities, whether we call them towns, whether we call them cities, or hamlets, or whatever you want to call them. Dr. King said years ago that let everybody come together, hills and hamlets and all these different things, as he was referring to the mountains of Tennessee. Today we have an issue at hand in Plainfield, New Jersey. I'm from Plainfield, New Jersey. We have an issue. We have a councilwoman that will not salute the flag or pray during the meetings, because she feels, and I will read it here. The Pledge of Allegiance is standard operation procedures at many of the government bodies across the nation. But here it has been the latest issue to divide elected officials. Since taking her seat in January, City Councilwoman Rebecca Williams has stood during the flag salute and prayer, which begins each council meeting, but she has neither pledged nor prayed. Okay. She says, according to the Carrier News I have here, she says her Christian beliefs preclude her from pledging to any flag, and saying she won't pray before a meeting because she's a Jeffersonian who support the separation of church and state. The only thing I'm saying is this here, and I know Rebecca. If you look at some of my YouTube, you will see that I was very much in support of her getting into office, and I believe that it was my radio show and also my video coverage that helped her get into office. I reached out to both candidates at the time. She was the one that came, that really responded with heavy, how would I say, with heavy support from my station. So, and of course, in return, I supported everything that she was doing. But I didn't know at that time that she would not pledge with the flag. Now, what am I saying? Am I going down on Rebecca Williams? Not at all. I'm not going down on Rebecca Williams. But what I am saying, and some people say, yes, each elected official has a right. Yes, they do. They do have a God-given right. They have a right to say that they don't want to salute the flag. They don't want to make prayer, whatever. Yes, they do. But I think that as a people that come from the downtrodden beginning in the United States of America, I believe that at this point in challenge, that we need to start asking people questions. Now, if anything that come out of this right here, and I have no hate and no malice in my heart for Rebecca Williams at all. If anything come out of this thing, out of this here would be, we need to ask questions when you're running for office. Do you or would you salute the flag? And if you don't, why? And then if we can see past that, then we can vote people in office. I think that for so many years, you know, when you come from an impoverished beginning, when you come from a downgraded beginning or second-class beginning like the African Americans and a great many minorities in this nation under the Jim Crow law, you look for a big brother to represent. Who's going to walk up the city steps and tell, if you will, no pun intended, the man that we're okay? Who's going to walk up and say, hey, I'm somebody, my people mean something? And for so long, we look for that. We look for that in the politicians. We look for that even in the reverends. We look for someone who's going to holler the name that we are right, who's going to carry that banner that my people deserve just as much rights as anyone else. I understand from which we were dealt. I'm a child myself born 1963, 100 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. I'm my mother's freedom child. She would always say that to me. She said, "You're a freedom son. You're my freedom child." Born 100 years afterwards. As next year is coming around, 2013, it'll be 150 years that we've been freed from chattel slavery. Now, the idea is this here. With that, we have to learn now a new way of even electing officials. We have to learn now the different questions to ask. For, years ago, mama would take a belt to you and daddy would take a broom, and that was good. That was good. They loved you. They loved you. I remember one time my mother beat me up, hit me with a broom, hit me with a shoe, and was dressing me at the same time. And I loved it. I sit right there because I was bad. I sit right there and I liked the being beaten. And only 30 years later, I seen her do the same thing to my nephew. She beat him with a broom, spanked him with a broom, hit him with a shoe, and was dressed him at the same time. He sit right there and everything, and allow her to do that right there. And because she was trying to keep him straight, she was trying to keep him in line and things of that nature and stuff. And if you ask him today, did it hurt? It didn't hurt. She didn't hit you to hurt you, but she just hit you to make you pay more attention. Today, we have to evolve from that. If a mama's hitting a kid with a broom or with a shoe, we're gonna call diapers on them. Is that right? We're gonna definitely call diapers. And today also, we have to learn how to elect our politicians a little bit different. We have to ask questions that normally we wouldn't ask. Will you salute this flag? There are a lot of African American men and women that died fighting for this flag, fighting in the name of freedom. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't know no other flag to salute. I am African American. I salute Mother Africa, and I salute many, many different nations. But I don't know no other nation but America. I would know how to salute no other nation but the United States of America. And if this is wrong, well, then ain't much more I can do. I'm reorganizing now, and a friend of mine was buying some weights from me, and he said, Reverend, I don't have all the money. I have to pay you later on. I said, listen, how long I known you? If you're going to beat me out of $300, I'm not going to meet you on the corner and fight you. We've known each other so long. What more can we do? I've known America so much. I got forebears that's buried in a watery grave in Georgia. So there's nothing else to do. So if I can't salute this flag, show me. I have more belief in this flag here. Than I would have in even my own banner. Why? Because this flag here have withstood over 200 years of history. This flag here have withstood 45, 46 presidencies. And not to mention Secretary of State, not to mention Vice President, not to mention First Ladies, not to mention the many things that come in structure that come. Yes, there has been people that would not even recognize me even with this flag. Yes, there have been pain that people that was not the flag, it was those that was representatives at the time of the nation that did not know me the way I know myself, or the way God knew me. Didn't see me as a man or my woman as a woman. But listen, I can't denigrate this flag. I have nothing else. The word is, where you going from here? I have nothing else. This is it. I have nothing else. So I got to believe in it. And if this got to go down, then you know what? As I see the many nations all over the world going through all kind of chaotic beginnings, all kind of chaotic things. As I see many nations shoot people, kill leaders, and this, that, and other, got thousands and thousands barrels of oil and gold and coal and uranium, titanium, and they're having a hell of a problem trying to deal with just putting food on the table. Well, you know what? This is all I got. I ain't got nothing else. This is all I got. I have nothing else. So if you can't represent this, then I can't represent you. If you can't represent this, then ain't nothing I can give you. I have nothing to give you. Again, this is the American Reverend Zechariah A Jackson from the Church of What's Happening Now. I would be remiss not to mention my chairman, Steve Hatcher, from POP, that could not be here today because he had to work. God bless him and his family. May God be with you. God bless the United States of America. Join me as I say these words. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic in which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. Good night.